Hey y'all, this is your K-pop auntie Carly, and I am back with another Stray Kids reaction. I am starting to see the sandwiching effect. I am still probably a couple months away at my current pace from being able to finish all of their discography, but I'm only a couple months away. But then they're going to have new stuff coming out, I'm sure, so... 2 more albums this year, and no idea how many songs are going to be on those albums, but we'll figure it out, won't we? Okay. M.I.A, Missing in Action, I'm guessing, is what that's going to be standing for. Yeah. Kitty Cam today, that's Race, taking his leave. This is Doc, and Little Miss is actually down here in the kitty cave. Hi, dude. How you doing? Race, everyone. All right. Subscribe, check out Patreon. There's all sorts of free goodies up there. It gives you a chance to check out what is behind the paywall. A lot of stuff. And any of the new content coming up that is going to wind up getting a copyright claim on it, I am going to put it up on YouTube to give you subscribers a first crack at it. But it is going to wind up disappearing and going over to Patreon. So Patreon is growing and growing and growing. All right. Checking it out. It's a little loud. In my ears, at least. There we go. Looking desolate. Ooh. Okay, I'll do a first impression already. I'm digging how he's singing that first bar there. That's it's coming out nice, and I'm getting a real. I got cat fur all over me. That's why I'm sorry, cat fur. Doc was cuddling my face not long ago. And yeah, it sounds like it's a real simple instrumental background, so we'll see if that continues along. But if that vocal is going to keep on like that, it sounds good. 적응해도 아닌 것 같아. 네가 웃고 있는 게 누가 봐도 어색해. 뭔가 너무 복잡해. 넌 몰라 알고 있는 것 같지만 뭔가 달라 네 주변을 잘 찾아봐. 웃으면서 갔던 놀이공원에서 많은 추억도 쌓고 그랬는데 뭔가 변했어. Something changed. 옛날의 나의 추억은 시간이 멈춰버린 Neverland. 뭔가 전엔 사소한 것까지만 했었던 널 썼는데 멀어진 느낌 몰라 왜 이래. 오히려 내가 묻고 싶은 질문이야 뭔가 좀 달라진 듯이. 나쁘진 않은데 어색해 너를 볼 때 뭔가 너가 아닌 듯해. 예전에 네가 그리워지려 해 벌써 변한 네 모습 적응 안 됐어. 어딘가 달라지고 있어. 아무리 숨겨도 다 보일 수 있는 거. 다른 사람과 얘기를 하는 것 같아. 어색해져 너와 있을 때. Alright, I'm not into the lyrics yet, obviously, but it just looks like a sad song. I mean, look at Chan. He's sad. Double Chan, talking to himself. Other Chan said. Just talking to himself. The rewinds. 내말 듣긴 했니 너답지 않은 그 모습 지친 내 눈에만 보이는 듯해 어릴 적 너의 단순함이 불과 몇 년 사이에 복잡함으로 폭풍 성장해서 널 괴롭히네 좀 더 맘 편히 잡생각 내려놔 그냥 너 걱정돼서 한 말이야 왜 또 째려봐 그런 표정으로 어두운 표정으로 그런 표정으로 쳐다보지 마 Forcing it out 그런 표정 지으면 답이 나오나 널 보는 게 두려워지기 싫어 너의 눈을 피하기도 싫어 그러니까 그 집어넣어 어딘가 달라지고 있어 아무리 숨겨도 다 보일 수 있는 거 다른 사람과 얘기를 하는 것 같아 어색해져 너와 있을 때 잃어버린 날들을 찾고 싶어 달라진 그 모습 바꾸고 싶어 그 말투와 행동 하나하나 달랐지만은 태도 그 전에 너 됐는지 생각도 안 나 Tell me 넌 어땠는지도 다 알고 싶어 Tell me what you want, baby. Tell me what you want, baby.
Ooh, hi.
대체 어딜 간 거야 너의 그 예쁜 미소 워낙 잘 웃던 너라서 더 그리워져 내겐 다 보여 안 그런 척 어색한 미소 밝았던 너라 더 걱정이 돼널 보고 싶어 널 보고
Fair amount of auto-tune cause a distortion on the voices.
내가 알던 너다운 밝은 모습
Alright, yeah, I want to get into the lyrics on this one, because, yeah, there's both the sadness in throughout the whole MV, and I don't know if that, like, they usually don't use, it's intentional, the auto-tune distortion on their voices to give it kind of that, almost like that mechanical, sound into it, you know? Like there's, like a playback effect, So I don't know if that plays into the lyrics as well, though, why they use that effect so much to distort their own voices a bit. Interesting. Interesting, because I did hear Tell Me What You Want, was that it? Not like Tell Me What You Want, what you really, really want. That's a totally different song. But I think that was the English lyrics I heard. Alright, I'm gonna get into the lyrics. Would I playlist this? You know, I think I would. It's one of those medium songs that doesn't fit into my hypes list, doesn't fit into my chill and like get focused in the office list. It's just like that groove. Get in the flow groove. I don't know. Okay, lyrics. Sorry. I do really like the sound of this though, right from the get-go with how like Bang Chan how he sings it, not just how his voice, not just the melody, whatever, you know what I mean, the method with which he sings. Hi, bye. Thank you. Okay, right about there is good. Probably a little tad lower. And yes, this is the 8-member version. No matter how hard you try, I don't think you're really smiling. Anyone can see you're feeling awkward. What's so complicated? Okay, so seeing a little bit of that sadness in the lyrics. You don't know, though. You think you know. Hang on, what was the last lyric again? Get back. Okay, anyone can see your feelings. What's so complicated? You don't know, though. You think you know. So you don't know what's so complicated. Okay, you think you know. Oh, how did I just mute that? Well done, me. Something's different. I'm looking around you. I wonder if that's looking around you, as in looking, through you, past you, instead of at you? Looking around you? I don't know if that's what that means. Or if it's just... translation issue with prepositions can be difficult. We went to the amusement park while smiling, made a lot of memories. I know that these are, like, in lyrics, they can be singing like a character, but they can, as in like a book, you know, that's one way that lyrics and storytelling and books kind of come together, and Han in particular has talked about like a character in a song as opposed to singing about themselves, so... they could be singing about a character, but I also know, because I'm watching all sorts of stuff, including the 9th over on Patreon, and yeah, they did go to an amusement park real early on, and yeah, made a lot of memories there. But something changed. My past memories are frozen in time like Neverland. Okay, so like Peter Pan. Neverland is the island that Peter Pan and Wendy and all the Lost Boys went to. And yeah, they're frozen in time. They never grow up. So yeah, but their memories are frozen in time like Neverland. And you used to tell me everything little... He's going fast. You used to tell me everything little back then, but now I feel distant. Okay, as in basically say you used to tell me everything little back then, but now you don't. I don't know why I want to ask you. Something's different. Okay? It's not bad, but it's awkward when I see you. It doesn't seem like you. I miss you from back then. I'm not used to seeing you changing like this. You're changing. Okay, so that's where some of that sadness is coming from. The something is changing. You're not smiling as much. There's something's going on. It's not like it's bad, but it's different. It's awkward, and you can't put your finger on it. I've had that with friends. No matter how hard you try to hide it, I can see everything. It feels like I'm talking to someone else. It feels awkward when I'm with you. Where did your pretty smile go? You used to smile so easily, so I miss it even more. I can see everything, that awkward smile. Is this where he's singing to himself? I don't know if it is. I might have to go back and check that out. But yeah, there's definitely a part in here where he's hang on, let me go back to the original video and turn the captions on. I don't do the captions in the videos because, especially in the earlier ones, they're not like up to par. Let me check if that's the part where he's singing to himself. Hang on. Yeah, so that brings a different element to the interpretation, possibly. We have because you could be singing this to a friend that is, yeah, we went to the amusement park, we had to have fun, you used to tell me everything, and now you don't, though, and it's kind of getting awkward. But then there's this different element layered on top of it, whereas, are they talking to themselves? Where is it? Your pretty smile. Because you smiled a lot, I miss you more. I can see it all, your awkward smile, pretending everything's fine. Because you were so bright, I'm worried about you more. I'm gonna leave it on here from now on because it's looking like the translation is good. Yeah, it's different when you have them singing to themselves. The interpretation is way different because, I mean, here we have Chan saying to himself that I miss that pretty smile you used to have. You used to smile so much more easily, and you were so bright, and now he's worried about possibly himself. That's interesting, and I can see that on both. And the beautiful things about songs is you can interpret lyrics both ways. You can interpret it as a friend is things are getting awkward with a friend, and you're noticing a friend changing, and you can also feel that within yourself, that you feel an awkwardness inside of yourself because you're changing, and maybe you're not smiling as much as you used to. Because and you can miss that little more carefree part of yourself, and especially with these guys, they've been through so much that it's like, yeah, they're changing. Yeah, I can see them not smiling as easily as they used to. Awkward smile, pretending everything's fine, looking in the mirror. That's, yeah, that definitely, the music video definitely puts a different spin on to things. Okay, because you were so bright, I'm worried about you more. I miss you. Miss your big happy smile. I can definitely see it. And yep, we definitely have him talking to himself there again. The bright side of you, the way I used to know. What were you thinking again? You're spacing out. I often see you doing that these days. Did you even listen to me? The way you look at... Hang on. Because, yeah, this being able to interpret it both ways, in two different ways, rather, is interesting. The way you look, that doesn't seem like you. And it especially is interesting because of that previous line of spacing out. What were you thinking again? And you can... It's interesting because you can tell when a friend is spacing out, like, hey, dude, you paying attention? You're off somewhere else. But I've had those moments with myself as well where I realize I'm spacing out, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I lost my train of thought. What was I thinking? I think everybody has has those moments. That's I often see you doing that these days. I do think that I'm getting a lot more of the impression of speaking to themselves. Like, I see me doing that a lot these days. Do you even listen to me? That was one of the ones that I wanted to get back to. I couldn't find it in the there. Do you even listen to me? again, you can do that with a friend. Are you even listening? But also to yourself. Like, are you getting inside of here? Like, are you even like listening to me? Like myself, are you even like, what is going on? Are you even listening? This is really interesting as far as a concept goes. I think only I can see it with my tired eyes. Your naivety in childhood in just a few years developed into complexity and is bothering you. Take it easy and try not to think the useless stuff. I'm just saying this because I'm worried about you. Why are you staring at me again? Interesting with the concept of mirroring oneself, looking in a mirror at oneself, but again, could be a friend. And yeah, these guys, their age has definitely changed, obviously, a lot in the past, 4+ years. They've gone from young men, teenagers, most of them, into young adulthood, and that is an extremely transformative period in one's life, and you do get a lot out of. You do move beyond the carefree days. Not that these guys had carefree days when they were trainees, but it's there's something different. There is something different about it. With that look, with the dark look, don't look at me with that look. If you make such a look, can you get to the answer? I don't want to be afraid of seeing you. And again, we have Felix looking at himself, pointing, talking to himself. I don't want to be afraid of seeing myself. I don't want to avoid my own eyes. I don't want to avoid your eyes. I don't want to avoid my own eyes. So let's take... What was that? I want to avoid your eyes. So let's take out good days. Something is changing. Basically, yeah, that's where the translation gets a little difficult in these earlier music videos. So let's see what the other one says now. Hang on. Even if you hide it so hard, I can see it all. Now, there we go. So let's try to bring back the good days. No matter how hard you try to hide it, I can see everything. Which if you are indeed talking about yourself, yeah, you can't hide yourself from yourself. That's even when you do there, because let's face it, we do in our worst moments try to hide from ourselves, and you can't hide from yourselves. You see everything. Can I read the lyrics? Thank you. It feels like I'm talking to someone else. It feels awkward when I'm with you. You get to know it when I don't pay attention to it. I want to find the lost days again. I want to turn you back. Your words, your actions, your attitude have all changed. I can't even remember how you were before. Tell me how you were. I want to know. So that's wanting those good old days back. Like Felix was saying, let's go back to the good days. Feeling that, and it is kind of sad because I think we've all been there where we don't really like ourselves as much, at least during a period of time. Hopefully we get through it. But I think we've all been there where we don't like ourselves a whole lot, and we just kind of want to go back to when we were happy and when things were good, and I can't even remember how I was before. Like, things are just you're going through such a rough patch that you can't even remember the good times. And you're like, I just want to get back there. This is a rough, really high concept song. You're changing with time, but you acted like you don't. And that's true too. And I don't know that I would have gotten this without the music video, with them looking at themselves, as opposed to like this being about somebody else. So it's like this introflexion. I'm changing with time. I know, but I'm acting like I don't. Like, I know that I'm changing, but I'm putting up this face for everybody and acting like things haven't changed and I'm fine. That's... Yeah, and again, those two sides where you can think about lyrics, you can still be talking about a friend, but when, for me, it's making a much more, it's much more impactful when you're talking to yourself and looking at yourself and what do I want? And that's rough, especially honestly, like I get it as a younger person, but like this question, tell what do I want? It gets harder to not have that question answered the older you get. That yeah, it becomes a massive struggle in life if you get through your 30s, through your 40s and you're like I don't know what I want. I mean, that's what leads to midlife crisis right there. That is a midlife crisis in the baking. I want to see you again. Where did your pretty smile go? You smile so easily, so I miss it even more. Everything, that awkward smile. You used to be so bright, so I'm even more worried. That is so bright. Yeah, dude, this is a deep song. Like that, I'd have to say that this is actually one of their deeper philosophical self-introspection songs that I have seen as to date. And it transcends ages. Like I said, it's like this kind of stuff doesn't change as you get older. There's a lot of stuff that I hate to say it, all you young 20s, late teenagers, there's a lot of stuff that just it doesn't change as you get older, and looking back on the you that used to be going through rough patches, just not being sure about yourself, wishing that things were better and that you were the person you used to be, like that doesn't change. And I mean, hopefully in a healthy life, in a healthy mental state, you come back around to smiling more, you come back around to being a happy person. But there are absolutely cycles all throughout life where it's not just one happy stream, you know, it does this. So this is, even as an older individual, a very relatable song that just keeps going. I don't imagine, like, you know, I talked to my mother about, honestly, some stuff like this, and my mom is not a young person either. You know, she's retired, and she is struggling with this stuff. So, yeah. Maybe I'll have her listen to the song. Okay, on that note, I am going to go and not do any self-introspection. I'm going to do some more editing. I have a lot of editing to do yet today, and so little time in which to do it. So sad. This is me awkward smiling. And this is me really smiling. So y'all have a good day. And you know what? If you are going through one of these times where you're awkward and you don't really like yourself, hang in there. You know, it's I don't know. I don't have any good advice off the top of my head, except that life is rarely a straight stream, and it'll come back around. So, have a good day.